Oh my God. Look, I can't.
Welcome to Life with the Popes TV.
Hello, everyone.
That was Kerry and Rebecca Lynn Pope. Kerry is a minister and Rebecca Lynn Pope is a love and life coach. I love the two of them together so much and feel like they're really doing God's work. Today's video, I want to talk about green flags in relationships. I am a relationship-minded person and I help relationship-minded people heal from trauma and toxic relationships. My name is Dr. Sharice. I'm also a psychologist, and I think it's just as helpful to look at green flags as it is to look at red flags. And so here on my channel, I cover a lot about what toxic relationships look like, but I also want to focus on what do healthy relationships look like. And so I know I'm not in their relationship. I do not know these people in real life, but I think the same way we can look at Will and Jada and see like, ooh, it's not really hitting the way it's supposed to be hitting. I think the same way we can look at Kerry and Rebecca Lynn Pope and see these folks look like they're doing things kind of right. Like they look happy, they look healthy, they look like they're actually getting what they want and need from the relationship. So what are their green flags? So as you can see, I linked in the description box this video that I took the clip from. I want you to pay attention to their body language. That's in itself a green flag, the way that they relate to one another when they're doing these videos together. They haven't done a video together in a while, but if you go look on Rebecca Lynn Pope's channel, you can scroll back and see videos of them talking together about relationship, like people who are married, people who have been together, lived together for a significant time. You know, there's different skills that you need to live with a whole other person for a length of time. So I think their body language is really important. You can see like this give and take, and not one that's forced or not one that reflects that in an abusive cycle. The eye contact is there, the admiration is there. I think these are very important things. Like when you're on camera, when you're on camera and the camera is capturing those nonverbal moments, what is the essence that you're getting? And so the video I'm playing without audio, just look at the happiness, right? You're looking for the energy, because even before a person speaks, you should be able to tell from their energy, you know, is this mostly positive energy or mostly negative energy? I think that's super important. Rebecca Lynn Pope also talks frequently about how they're both in therapy, right? Rebecca Lynn Pope is a life coach. You know, she has courses, she teaches people how to heal, but she's also a consumer of these same courses. She understands that you can only take someone as far as you have gone, and so you have to do the work. And I think her work inspires her to help other people get to a place in life where they're really happy and content. So she has a therapist. He has a therapist. They have a couples therapist. They understand that there are going to be things that happen in life, right? So Rebecca Lynn Pope lost her parents already. Her husband lost his mother fairly recently. Those are like, when I talk about problems in a relationship, these are what I'm talking about. Things will happen in your life that you have to deal with. Dealing with the death of your parents, right? Because I do hope we all outlive our parents. So if you are going to live longer than them, they're going to have to die. It's a fact of life. We're all going to die. How are you going to deal with that? Because even if you're prepared for it, even if, you know, they lived a long life, you still have to mourn the fact that they're not here on this physical earth anymore. And so they're able to actually manage their difficulties with a professional, right? Someone who they pay to help them deal with their problems. Do you understand? I feel like this is one of the most important green flags. I have a therapist. I'm a therapist and I have a therapist. I think it's super important to continue to do the work. We never like fully arrive to healing. You know, we are healing. We're in a healing process. And yes, I'm definitely in a much better place than I was 10 years ago, right? I covered that in my spiritual journey video. Definitely in a much different place than I was 10 years ago. But I still have problems, right? I still get frustrated. I still have triggers. And so it's very important, I think, to consistently work on being a better person. Rebecca and Kerry also reflect this insight gained from past experiences. And so they've both been married before. I don't know how many times Kerry's been married. I don't follow him as closely. I relate more to Rebecca. But I know Rebecca has been married 2 times. And she just talks about it so transparently. Listen, I love a transparency. Love a transparency. Love a person who tells their story intentionally as a way to help other people. So she's been married before. She's been there, done it. She knows what went wrong, right? I think it's super important to understand what went wrong so that you do not repeat the same thing again. And then there's this ownership of my role. Here's what I did to play a role in my marriage not working, or having these problems relating to the people in my life. And here's the work that I did to become better. I mean, come on. If you're able to learn from your mistakes instead of repeating the same mistake 2 dozen times, like, I think you're ahead of the curve. Learn from your past mistakes. A wonderful green flag. I think because Kerry and Rebecca have this understanding of what mistakes look like in the past, they also carry into their present and future this idea that we're going to change, we're going to evolve, we're going to grow. And so they keep open communication, right? Their lines of communication are open. Rebecca has talked about, when she was going through pre-menopause and their sex life wasn't as active as it used to be. Kerry was able to communicate, I need a little bit more sex, right? This isn't really working. We're going to have to get you some help, right? Because to be able to come to your partner lovingly and say, this is not working for me, or I need some improvement in this area, or, baby, I love you, I care about you, I want what's best for you, I want what's best for us. But to actually communicate a need. So many people have a hard time communicating their needs effectively. And I think, right, we're just looking at green flags from the outside. We have no idea what their relationship is really like. But from all the signs that they're giving, they look as if they are able to communicate their needs effectively, to the point where, in this case, Rebecca got on estrogen hormone therapy. And right, so that changed her libido. There was some improvement in their sex life, right? Sex is very, very important. I have a lot of videos on my channel about sex, because sex in romantic relationships really makes the difference for your other relationships. You're having sex with this one person. It's very important to have a good sex life with the person that you said, I'm committed to you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. It's the difference between having a roommate and a lover, okay? And so with all that together, right, you can see this level of awareness that is in Kerry and Rebecca, right? Because to be able to have these conversations, you have to have spent some time looking inward and reflecting on yourself and your areas and your triggers. So we all have triggers. It's a fact of being human. If you made it to adulthood, hooray. Hooray, you have triggers. There are things that bother you. There are things that annoy you. There are things that set you off. There are things that make you want to run away or run towards somebody. There are things that make you want to do things that you probably shouldn't do. We all have the things, right? And your response to the thing is your response. We all have them because we're human. Rebecca and Kerry are aware of their triggers. And new triggers come. We never really arrive. So new triggers come up. And so they also have this awareness that there might be something new happening that I am not aware of, right? I'm open to learning something new. That's the perspective that these folks take. I'm open to learning something new. So I think because triggers is what causes the road rage. Triggers causes breakups. Triggers cause people to shut down. Triggers cause arguments. Like, not dealing with this thing that is impacting you emotionally is a trigger. If you cry uncontrollably, if you get angry uncontrollably, if you shut down when people are trying to really connect with you, those are all signs that you have unresolved triggers. You need to explore them, right? You need to explore them. And so Rebecca and Kerry are able to talk very openly about what it is that triggers them. Here's a thing that happens that makes me want to respond like this. And so once you have the awareness, which is really the first step, the hardest step, once you have that awareness, then you can make changes to how you react to the trigger. Not that the trigger won't still be a trigger, but that if you learn coping skills over time, you can respond more appropriately, right? And so in relationships that have length, you are able to practice because this person is holding a mirror up to you. They're always in your face, or they're always around, or you all are always communicating. So there are going to be things they do and say that remind you of childhood, or remind you of a dark time in your life, or a dark place. And you need to be aware of those triggers like Kerry and Rebecca. And then my last green flag is like one of my favorites. It's one of the reasons I talk about relationships so much, right? I say relationships are for the evolution of your soul. Relationships are supposed to make you better, right? And so even in platonic relationships, friendships, family relationships, all of those are supposed to make you a better person, right? You're supposed to be more happy, more joyful when you're around this person, or because this person is in your life, you can be better because they help you in some way. Romantic relationships are unique. Oh, romantic relationships are unique. And I say there's really nothing Nothing really compares to a long-term intimate partnership. This person that you have fallen in love with, that you commit yourself to. Can you tell I love relationships? I love relationships, and I've been in relationships most of my life. I just think men are so amazing. I love men. So this idea that your partner makes you a better person, right? You are a better person with them. You are able to do more with them. You feel fueled up and energized in a way because you know that this person is on your team. They're with you. They support you. They love you. They cheer you on. They're there when you cry. Like, this is what it appears that Kerry and Rebecca Lynn Pope have. They look like they have teammates. They look like they support each other in their dreams. They've gone into business together, right? They've leveled up together. They've improved each other, right? Their inward appearance, I think, has been manifested on the outside. There have been outward improvements that are reflective of the inner work that they've done together, because love really transcends. Love makes us better people. And I think having a person who loves you, like, no matter what, no matter, and I'm not really like into like unconditional love, right? Because unconditional love, I think, we only get really close to unconditional love, like the love between a really loving, caring parent and a child. I think there are conditions on romantic partnerships. However, when you have decided that through thick and thin, through sickness and health, rich or poor, when you have decided that you want to move through life with this person, right? And that who they are as a person, you care about, you love so much. You want to uplift them. You want to, give them all your love, right? It's almost like nothing can really break you up. Not that it's unconditional, but it's almost like we as a team can flow and work through all of our difficulties. We have God on our side. We are the unit against the problems, and we will come together to make life better for us both. This is why I love relationships. I mean, Rebecca and Kerry, I think, are fabulous examples of what love looks like, what love can look like if you do the work so that you can have a healthy and happy relationship. If you're watching this video and you're subscribed to Rebecca and or Kerry, can you point out any other green flags that you've noticed from their relationship? I really think they're one of those bright spots on the internet with really, really trying to help people. And here on my channel, I love talking relationships. I love talking being the best version of you that you can be. So their content is right up my alley, right up my alley. So let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, share this video with someone you think it may help. And thank you for watching.